up, guys? It's actually opening on its own. And now let's close it from my app. Hey there, welcome back. So this is one of my line of accessories for the Tesla Model Y Juniper. And a very interesting one is one that has been bothering me a lot. It is the frunk. Now, as many of you know, a Model Y Juniper's frunks are not automated. Yes, the trunk is automated. It can open and close just from the app or from the car. But many times you can open the frunk, but it doesn't open fully and close by itself. And many times this has happened to you. This has happened to me too. Many times you think you have closed the front, you go in, you take out your groceries or whatever it is that you do, and then you go in and then you notice it gives you a notification you've left the front open. That's happened to me a lot of times. Now today, this wonderful company called Hansshow has given me a solution to that problem, and that is changing this frunk to a powered frunk. That you can open it from the car, it's gonna open by itself and it's gonna close by itself. Now, I haven't done this installation before. This is my first car itself. This is my first EV. And this is my first time I'm doing such kind of mod on a frunk and changing my normal frunk to a powered frunk. Now, the beauty of my type of installations that I do is that I want to make sure that you can be able to do this installation by yourself. You don't need your friend, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or any help whatsoever, except probably the person who is helping me film this. But yeah, that's my beauty. That's the beauty of the accessories that I want to do. So let's change this crappy ass frunk that Tesla has given to us to a powered frunk, shall we? And then if you want to buy this product, the link is right there in the description. Also, at any time you want to buy a Tesla product, use my product description, my link description right there in the description below. Use my link to buy whatever Tesla you want, whatever you need. Tesla is giving away 3 months FSD now. They can do anything at any time. So make sure you use my referral down in the link below. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on those notifications. I have a lot videos coming. So let's go. Yeah, so this is the box given to us by Hansshow. It's a power frunk for the Tesla Model Y Juniper. They say it's intelligent induction, personalized customization, initiative, double rod strut, original car key control. That's what I'm looking for. I can open it and close it off from my app. 40 decibel, ultra quiet, waterproof, height adjustment. Let's see what Hansshow has given to us. Okay, the box is out. We have a set of tools here. Let me just make sure this doesn't fly away. We have a set of tools given to us, and we have these instructions which we are going to be using to install this. We're going to be following these instructions. Really important. They've given us here that thank you for your support. I believe the goods you received. If you have any questions, you can reach out to them. We're going to scan this tutorial manual and video. I want to use the manual itself to go through everything. I hate using videos. So we have some couple of things right here. I guess this is the one for the height. Some cables left and right. I hope they are labeled. Okay. And a couple of cables which I actually do not understand, whatever these are. Now you are just like me that do not understand what's going on. So the first thing you have to do is get out your phone, get the installation manual. We're going to scan it and we're going to follow the instructions on the installation manual. Okay, so we have scanned the QR code and it's told us everything that's included in our bracket. And this is actually on the screen is actually a much visual representation of what we have. So what they say we have a left and right strut, which I know. We have a control box, the left and right strut screw, motor and lock block, cable ties, main harness, threading tape, and double-sided tape, which they have everything here, right here. It said, make sure you read these instructions carefully. Power your car off before installing, which we are going to do. So you know how to power your car off, everybody. What you have to do is go to service and go to power off. So we're going to do that. Now that we have powered off, what we have to do, the first instruction is to open the hood. We are going to remove the trim cover, which is this. How do we take off the trim cover? Let me see if we have some sort of spigot here. I guess they should have given us. Maybe we do not need one. I don't know. But let's find out. How do we take this off? Apparently it's supposed to be easy to take off. Oh, it's actually very easy to take off. Oh, so this is the hood cover. Okay, hood cover is off. Now the next thing we have to do is remove the front trunk closing button trim panel and unplug the button plug. Closing button trim panel, which I guess is right here. I'm gonna take these off because we're gonna be working. I'm gonna take off this mat. So they want us to remove the front trunk closing button trim panel and unplug the button plug. This is it right here. Let me see how easy it is. This is my tow hitch. I'm just gonna get this tow hitch off right now. Put this right here. Our instructions, they want us to take this off. How easy will this be to take off? Oh, I'm actually taking it off with my bare hands, guys. All right, so when you take this off, they want us to unplug the button plug, which is this right here. So we're gonna quietly, and that's it. Number 3, we have to twist out the front trunk pocket fixing screw and take out the front trunk pocket, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so I think it's a 10mm screw that's gonna work for it. So let's go. And we make sure when we do this, we preserve all the screws. Make sure, and you know where all the screws are. Okay, there are 4 of these screws. A 10mm was what I was able to get to make this work. All right, so those are the 4 screws. Now we have to take out the front trunk, and let me drop my phone right here because I have to see this. This is what we have to lift up and take. Oh, that's easy. Okay. And guys, that's actually really easier than I thought. Okay. That's exposed us now to our front trunk, which we are going to be working. So let's continue. So now we have to unscrew the 2 fixing screws, which are these and these. And how many millimeter is that? It looks like 8.8. So let's find that. So we have to do is unscrew these 2 screws here. Just gonna take it easy. There's no need to rush. Okay. As we do, I'm also using a 10mm also. Doing that very easily. There's no need to rush this process. And then do this for this other side too. All right, our two fixing screws are out of this hood. What's our next instruction? Following the instruction very, very carefully. That's the 4th step. And the next step, we have to remove the original. I don't know if we have to take this off. Oh, damn, we have to take it off. All right, so guys, let's take it off. Okay, interesting. So the next thing we have to do is we have to remove the hydraulic strut, and it's right there. Let me see how I can reach that, and we have to do that on both sides. I don't know how possible it is to reach there to remove that. It's really, really hard to get that hydraulic strut, but the way I was able to do it is actually maneuver it from here. I use like a flat head, and I just pushed it until it came free. And that's it. That's the first one. And then the next one, take it up. 1 second. Yeah. Guys, this is a lot of work. This is the, I'm sorry, but this is not like one of those projects that only you can do, unfortunately. So when you take the hydraulic strut off, this is gonna fall. So you need something to hold this, okay? So let me, this is going much harder than I thought. Okay, all right. All right. So this is the hydraulic strut we're gonna do on both sides. You're gonna need somebody to hold because this is not gonna be easy. Now what's the next thing we're gonna do? We're gonna take, in that hydraulic strut, there are some screws in there which we're gonna unscrew. So let's get that going. And so we've taken off there was a knot that was holding the hydraulic strut on that end. We're gonna take off the same thing on this end. Now the mistake I have is I don't have something to hold this frunk. So we're doing it all manually. Now, if you ask me, and say, can one person do this? Unfortunately, no. You need help. As my number one helper is right here, who I bullied into this. Okay, it's actually okay, guys. We've come a long way. So this was holding the hydraulic strut on both ends and would remove those screws. So what's our next step? Let's find out. We're back to our manual. The hydraulic strut, I hope that was the hardest part, because so now we have to remove the original ball joint, which we did. We removed the original ball joint, which is what we did on both sides. Now, after removing the original ball joint, we have to install the company's cargo vehicle body brackets on both sides. Okay, so let's get that. Okay, we have to install this bracket right here, but where are the screws to install this bracket? Okay, looks like these are the screws to install the bracket. I believe so. All right, let's install it. So this is gonna go here. There's supposed to be some sort of washer, but I'm not sure. But let's go. And it's gonna be in the same place that we took the strut off. Now before I tighten, I'm just okay, let me just make sure it's sitting right there. All right, it looks like it's sitting flush. Let me tighten it now. All right, let's get in there and tighten it. See, make sure I got it tightened real fast. Okay, that's in. We're gonna do the same thing for the other side. It's way down, so do not be alarmed when you get a little bit confused. Trust me, I was too. Oof. And the bracket actually fits in that little contour right there, so you don't need to get worried at all. I know I may be using the wrong tools. Just gonna remind you guys, I'm not a mechanic. Okay. Once we have installed the bracket, then we have to install their supporting rod. They say we should make sure that the support rod cable faces downward and ensure both sides are consistent, and verify that the ball joint snap ring is properly sealed. So now we have to, remember we took out the, which is this one. So we should make sure that the cable is facing down and make sure this is securely fastened. I'm gonna drop this right here. All right. So install the support rod, ensuring the support rod cable, which is this, faces downward. Refer to the diagram, ensure that both sides are consistent. And after installation, you want to verify that the ball joint snap ring is properly sealed, which is, this is theirs. We want to make sure that this is consistent and making sure that the cable is facing down. All right, so let's get to dirt. This has to come here. Let me see. So this has to come here, and then this. Let me get the other one. All right. All right. They want to make sure that the cable is facing downwards. I'm going to install the hard one first, which is this one, and then I'll work my way up with the top one, making sure that this, okay. Okay, it looks like that one is in, and then I just gotta make sure the bottom one is in too. Drop it a little bit, drop it. All right, good. 1 second, up, okay, a little bit slightly down. Good. That is snapped, and this has snapped. We're gonna do the same thing for the other side, which is you make sure that this snaps into the two ball joints. You have the one at the top and you have the one at the bottom. Now you could hear that snap. And then we do the same thing for this other side, making sure the cable is facing down. If you ask me which side is harder, I would say this side seems to be a little bit harder, probably because I have no... Okay, let me just make sure it is turned properly. Okay, that side is in, and then this side has to go into. You can turn it until you get it, and once you get it, you push it in until it snaps. Okay, that's not in here. Okay. Bring it up a little bit. Up. To the highest. Good. All right. So we got the two sides in. Now we can stay. One injury later, we got it in. So now we can stay. So what's our next step? Our next step now is we have to remove the original lock mechanism, which I believe is right there, and they're telling us to refer to the diagram below. All right, so they want us to remove this original lock mechanism, which I guess is this. looks like we are wrapping up, almost wrapping up, guys. So this is the original lock mechanism. Let me get, we've taken off the original lock mechanism. I'm going to set this bolt apart. We should disconnect the original lock mechanism connector, which is the next step. This is the connector right here. I think we pull this out. Yeah, and it's out. All right, and now we'll keep going. The next step, they say remove the original lock mechanism spring. We have to remove the original lock mechanism spring, which is this. You say push to the right and it's gonna remove. Oh, that's easy. This is a spring. Okay, the original lock mechanism spring is out. I'm gonna put that here. Now they want us to install their electromagnetic lock assembly onto the original lock mechanism. Okay, which is the electronic lock assembly right here. Okay. This looks like it. It's really long. Is this it? Let me just make sure this is correct. Okay. Is this correct? So the next thing we have to do, we have to connect their wiring harness, which is this, which they have supplied to us right here. Let me make sure that there are no more cables. This is this 6, D7. That's a lot of cables, guys. That's a lot. I guess why. All right, so we're looking for D8. It's all labeled. This is D7, D6, D2, D4. So this is D8. I'm gonna put this right here. They're asking us to connect this to this right here. Just correctly making sure we're connecting it right. Okay. It looks so. Okay, and when you do, you push it in. D8 connector. Now for the lock block signal, connect our wiring harness to our electromagnetic lock assembly. Okay, so we connected their mechanism into ours and this one, which is D8, into this. So now the next thing we have to do is connect the D7 to the mechanism micro switch plug, which is D7. This is D6, D7, which is this. We need to connect this to the micro switch plug. Looks like this is D7 to the micro switch. Okay,
That's it. And then we have to unplug the unlock actuator connector. This is the actuator connector. I'm gonna unplug it. Okay, yeah, it has this orange stuff, and then we're gonna use D6, which is this, to connect to it. It fits easily, and then we're gonna plug it back. Once we've done that, back into the spot where this one was before. See, that's how easy it is. And now they want us to plug in the electric lock connector. This is it, the electric lock connector. Okay. Make sure it's plugged in and snugged in tight and nice. I always want to make sure I hear that click. Okay. Okay. All right, and now they want us to secure and fasten this with a cable tie. Once that is done, they said secure and fasten with, what's this? What's this one? Secure and fasten with a cable tie. What's that one doing there? All right. So I'm just gonna pass it through here. And I'm gonna leave it right here. I'm gonna secure it and fasten it with a cable tie. Just gonna secure it with the cable tie right there. Alright. They gave us plenty of cable ties here. I wish they are longer ones. All right, and then the next thing we have to do is we have to put this emergency hook into the towing hole and then secure. So what we have to do is right here, the towing hole is actually right here on the front. I'm just gonna use my fingers to pry it off, but you don't need to use your fingers. I'm actually look for a prying tool and then pry it off. So once we've taken the tow hitch out, or the tow cover, we're gonna pass this emergency stuff through it, and then fasten it together. Okay. Okay, I see it right there. That's actually right there. And then what we just gotta do is fasten it. That's it. We fasten it and then we seal it. That's it. And then we're gonna cut it off. Let me look for. So once fastened, we pull back our tool stuff right back where it was. And yes, that's it. Let's continue. So the next thing we have to do is we have to connect the harness ground wire to the chassis. Where is the harness ground wire? Yeah, right here. This is the harness ground wire. We have to connect it to the chassis. And what part? Looks like this, but let me confirm. All right, so we're just gonna loosen this and then, one second, connect the ground wire to it. It doesn't need to be completely out. This is it right here, guys. Let me just make sure it is loose. All these cables. I'm gonna pass this over here, this under here, and then we're just gonna connect it right here, and then we tighten. Okay, and then the next thing we have to do now, we have to connect the power extractor. Where is the power extractor? Okay. All right, so the next thing we have to do, we have to connect this to the power extractor. So we need to connect the power extractor. We're going to remove this, connect this, and then use they provided us a nut, which I hope we didn't lose. Yes, right here. And then we're going to fasten it. Okay. This is down. Want to make sure that goes in. Okay, that goes in. Gonna fasten with this. Make sure that is tight. Don't have much wiggle room here. Okay, once that's connected, we are connecting this to the buzzer. All right, I think this is it. And I think all of them actually do match. Okay, so once that's connected, we have to connect the buzzer, which is this one. Okay, buzzer is connected, and I'm tired. Let's continue. Once that is, I say we have to plug in the electronic harness connector. And where is that? Okay, looks like everything is actually coded. Yeah, everything is actually coded. So or color coded, whatever. Okay, so we have to connect the strut now to the wiring. That's what I was looking for all along. Do one for the other side. That one pops in there, and then you do the same thing for this other side also. I think this is just a connector. So just gonna make sure I pass this cable, which is the strut cable, through all of this. Okay, and connected all the strut cables to one another. Okay. All right. Looks like we're almost done. All strut cables have been connected. What's the last thing? And then the final thing, we then have to connect the control box. And once we connect the control box, we place it with a cable tie. Now I want to look for a very good position where I'm going to place this control box. I think I see, I don't know if right there is going to be good or same right here. I want to look for a very good place to place the control box. So this is the control box. I think I'm going to place it right here. We're going to place the control box, connect the control box, and then we're going to secure the control box. Yeah, I just heard a sound. I don't know what that is, but yeah, I think that's the buzzer. Okay, once we place that, we just gotta secure the control box. I want to secure it in a way that it's really easy. There are two zip ties. Okay, give me. There are two positions for us to zip tie it. But let me see. Okay, that looks okay to me. Okay, that one has been secured over there. I don't think it's gonna move, but oof, my back. Okay, second zip tie, and then I'm gonna be cutting off. Where's my knife? And then I'll cut off all zip ties. That has been secured. I guess this is secured. What else needs to be secured? All right, now we just gotta use all these remaining stuff to make sure that it follows the original vehicles. So all these cables, I'm just gonna zip tie all of them together. So now it's just the time to clean up. I don't know, I see one cable dangling. That was from the original one. I don't know if that is needed, but so far I do not see it being needed. So I'm just gonna tuck this away right here. All right, so now we're done installing. I have secure the cables somewhat. So now what we have to do, we have to close up, cutting everything, cutting all the remaining cable ties, and then we close up. So exactly how we started before. Gotta put this back in. Let me just make sure I clean off all these. Okay, put this back in. So that was long. That was actually a long installation. I even had that. So I want to see if I can open the frunk and close the frunk. Are you ready? Okay, so moment of truth. Let's make sure that this opens and closes. So directly from my app, let's open the frunk. Damn, guys, it's actually opening on its own. And now let's close it from my app. Isn't that amazing? You could get this product, use my discount code and my link right there in the description. If you want this, trust me, it's gonna take you a couple of about 2 hours to install this by yourself. 2-3 hours. But it's really possible and it's really doable. Opening and closing the frunk by yourself. You don't need any other equipment to do. So this was a very wonderful video, guys. And like, comment, subscribe if you like this video. Leave your comments right there in the comment section below. And turn on all notifications. If you want this product, use my discount code. You get about 20% off from Hansshow. And you could also use my Tesla referral link if you want to purchase any Tesla products. Guys, this has been a wonderful, wonderful video. Let's try it again one more time. See you guys in the next video, guys. Thank you for watching. Peace.